This is very, very valuable. I think like many people who watch this are academics who are applying to industrial positions and they want to advertise themselves somehow. And they're writing in their CV that I have experience I have postdoc in this university and this university, and I have published 25 papers in this journal. And doesn't say anything to the industrial decision makers. And so and they don't even know, like you didn't know 4 years ago what would be your biggest strength as a mathematician coming from the university. So what do you think? How can these people advertise themselves? What should they put in their CVs?
I think in particular, to start with, it's important to show that you're really serious about shifting from academia into industry. And this you can do very easily. So it's a low-hanging fruit to take some basic course in programming, something very basic, so that if you end up in an interview where they ask you some questions, I've been in many interviews where I have no clue, and then I look it up and I'm like, okay, that's super simple. I should just have known the word. So they just look at this, that you have somehow looked into some topics. And this is just to be able to have discussions in interviews. But then when you look at what part of your skill set is actually useful, no one will doubt your skills in math because you have already proven that. But they might not know what other skill sets you actually come with. That might be, for example, if you've written academic research papers, you're probably very skilled at writing, producing correct documents that are understandable. If you're involved in some process and you need to transfer that process to someone else, you have taught at the university, you are probably pretty good at teaching and communicating what you have done and how you do it. People with research background are also very structured, so they might contribute with a very structured and good approach to solving problems. They are good at solving problems because they have also solved problems their whole life. And this is very intangible, but most employers will realize this in a very short time, that, okay, this person is very good at solving problems and coming up with good ideas. Also explaining complex notions. This is something they always ask you to be able to do, and which most people fail at all the time. And I also fail at it, and I realize it constantly, but I would still say that you come with a big advantage because in math you have been taught how to use words precisely. Also to understand that they come with very specific meanings, and sometimes you will be able, and most times, to communicate very clearly. These are all attributes you come with that you don't think about first. Maybe you just stress about how you make some, or how you prove that you're good at applying math elsewhere, whereas you come with a lot of
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. These are non-obvious things that I think people who are trying to get a job should be able to advertise, like, because the decision makers don't know this either in the beginning, unless they have already hired mathematicians before.
And then, of course, you should be also open. You have done maybe math or research your whole life. You come with a large skill set. It's also a good opportunity to look at what you have outside of academia. You have lots of options. You might not just go into one narrow box, but you might have more than you guess. It's also a good thing to realize, that you should apply to those.
Right.
And you are a quick learner also. So
yeah.
That also helps. So when you get your foot in, then you can start using that skill for your own benefit.
Yeah. Yeah, mathematicians, to go through the PhD process and the postdoc process, you must learn how to learn quickly, new things, new concepts. And in my experience, mathematicians are very versatile thinkers. Like, you can talk with them almost about anything usually, because